it's holly. May the ones you love be near you, with a laugh of friends to cheer you. When the church bells ring like the angels sing, and you hear the joyful hymns. No matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. How are you this morning? Yeah, nice to see everybody. You're here. Yes, this is good. Well, welcome. I'm Reverend Tracy. Delighted to have you all here as part of this growing, loving community that is all about supporting each of us every step of the way on this life journey. I want to include our friends that are online. Everybody wave. Glad to have you here with us as well, because we know our community is not defined by four walls. It is simply the hearts and minds of those who come. So thank you all for being here in this holiday season. As you can tell, we're a wee bit decorated. Everybody feel a little bit decorated? Anybody not decorated at home yet? Oh, oops. You know, it's okay to get one thing from Trader Joe's and just leave the rest of it in the boxes till next year. Not that I'm speaking from experience or anything, but once in a while, that's okay. But, you know, holiday spirit is in the heart, so that we have an abundance of, I'm sure. We have a great morning this morning. Our practitioner on platform, well, currently she's not on platform. Currently, she's on the floor. This is Diane Clemens. Diane will do our opening prayer and also a short reading for us to get us going this morning. And we have some fabulous music. We've got Jeff on keyboards, and we welcome back Michael. Nice to see you. Georgine, nice to have you. I like your Christmas bulb necklace. No, honey, not yours, hers. Yeah. You did not wear a necklace today, no, but that's okay. That's all right. Well, we know the music will take us there. So let's start by centering ourselves, shall we? Take a moment and breathe and turn your phones off, because you know what? They don't need you right now. They can wait. And you can just take a breath and be present in this moment. For it is here in this moment that we pause to breathe in and breathe out of that heart space, that place of love and light, that place within each and every one of us where we remember the oneness of all life.
There is one power, there is one heart, one presence, there is one life. All is well in this sacred space. We call it God, we call it universal presence, we may call it higher power. Whatever we call it, let us surrender to it in this moment and know that all is well. For all is love and all is peace and all is joy. We joyfully come together now as a family to celebrate the season. We are open and wide and available and doing the work of the Most High. We are compassion. We see the face of God in everyone here. We do the work of God. We care, we share, we love generously. We give thanks that we are Spirit-filled center, for all is well. And we know in this awareness we are blessed in this day. We are blessed in the sacred church service. We will hear something today in today's talk that will cause miracles to happen in our lives. We are grateful and thankful for the fun, the camaraderie, and the friendship we feel today in this center. And I say I am grateful and thankful, and we let it be, and so it is. In Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes discusses the source of peace. He said, to find peace in the midst of confusion and faith in the midst of doubt and uncertainty, we should consciously unite our thought with divine mind. So today, let's see if we can feel the indwelling presence of God at the very center of our being. Let us enjoy the peace and contentment that comes when we are centered in our higher power. In the 1997 edition, Ernest discussed our heritage, and he says, hold your thoughts steadfast that the realization that God withholds nothing from you. Withholds nothing from you. Therefore, prepare yourself for a life of joy, love, happiness, and well-being. Believe in the divine freedom which is yours by your birthright. Are you ready to receive that birthright today? It doesn't require you to do anything or to behave in any certain way. Just be your wonderful selves. And so it is.
You forgot. I'm going to be joined by my wife, Georgine, on this song. You may know it. You can sing along. Yes, there you go. What I see, a star dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? What I hear, a song high above the trees with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Know what I know? I know, the child shivers in the cold. We bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Said the king to the people everywhere, what I say, pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. The child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light.
Lovely, lovely. All right, so this morning we light our third week of Advent, and you'll notice it's not purple, it's pink, because this is the week of joy. And as we've been talking about, the season of Advent is all about preparation for Christmas, or the birth of the Christ consciousness, and joy is that celebration step after you've had the vision of what could be and you've done the work to make room for it. There's simply a sense of joyful expectation. Well, we're here, here we go. If you're having a baby, there's a point where you realize there's no going back now. And that's that place of joy, followed by peace, because that's what happens after. But for right now, it's all about this sense of celebration. So the title today is, Do You See What I See? And I wanted to do a metaphysical interpretation of a Christmas song. You know, we do a metaphysical interpretation of the Christmas story. In other words, think back to high school English and the teacher that told you that you were going to read something absolutely ridiculous like Shakespeare, the way it was written, or War and Peace, or, Moby Dick, or one of those classics where your eyes just cross. But what your English teacher told you was to start to pay attention not just to the narrative and the story, but all the different layers of meaning that those words represent. The words chosen are about context and color and feeling. And I remember, as only a teenager can do, rolling my eyes at the idea that every time the scene moved to the living room, something emotionally revelatory happened. And I'm thinking, really? And then I read the book and I went, oh, that's really true. Every time there's something happening in the living room in the story, this happens, or that happens, or there were metaphors and similes and words representing more than just this happened and this happened and this happened. And so if we take this beautiful Christmas carol and break it down into its parts, we actually get a whole nother level of the story being told. Said the night wind to the little lamb. The wind is that thing that's invisible, right? That movement of air, the breath of the planet. And the breath, the breathing, is always spirit. And so the night wind, that ever-present invisible spirit, is speaking to the lamb, and the lamb is that sweet spiritual awareness within us. It's the divine. And so spirit is blowing through the land, speaking to each heart, to each sense of spirit within. Do you see what I see? To see is to understand, right? So do you in your own heart understand the breath of life, this huge perspective, this breathing of spirit in and through and as all things? Do you understand that for yourself? And do you see what I see? If we're up in the night sky looking down at the earth, this time of year especially, we see the lights of all the spiritual traditions, right? We have Christmas lights, we have Hanukkah lights, we have even people who maybe don't celebrate a holiday turn on a light in the darkness, right? So in the dark of night, the lights guide us. We see them when we take that larger perspective. You kind of have to come out of your cave in order to see them. But when you look, there you are. There they are. And when you see them, you understand that even in the darkest night, there is light. Way up in the sky, little lamb. The sky is always that infinite possibility, right? We cannot fathom how far the sky or space goes. For us, standing here from this perspective, it is that immense, infinite realm of what life is and can be. And there are even lights in the sky. Do you see a star dancing in the night? Now, stars, since time immemorial, have guided people, right? From ancient mariners to escaped slaves, hikers in the backcountry. The stars are used to navigate. That pinpoint of light in a dark night sky can take us somewhere, can show us the way. It's that guidance that we always seek and don't always find. Not because they're not there. Even if the sky is covered in clouds, the stars are still there. Even if the sun is out, the stars are still there. But it's us noticing them in the night, that dancing that happens. If you look at stars directly, they flicker, right? They're not really a steady light. And it's on the coldest night, the darkest night, that they are most visible. So it might be the smallest light in the night sky. It might be the helpful hand that reaches out to the addict that's at rock bottom. It might be the mother tucking in their child after a long, hard day when that child is just exhausted. It could be somebody smiling at you on a day when you didn't think there was any reason to even go outside. The thing is that emotion that we catch out of the corner of our eye, or that little flicker of light off to the side or down the street or around the corner, pulls us into the way forward, into the next step, towards that greater unfolding of possibility. And this star in the song has a tail as big as a kite. They say now it's probably a comet, right? That streak of light across the sky. But I was thinking about the word kite. So what is a kite? A kite is something you hold the string and it sails off into the sky as high as you can make it go, as long as your string is. And it's stabilized by the tail itself. If you don't have a tail, you know what your kite does? It goes, and that's really not what you want from a kite. You want to see it up and out and floating. It's our connection to that infinite possibility. And it's only as high, as long, as far as we have built that stable tail, that anchor of balance in our lives, and we hold the string. This is our connection to that which is greater than we are. The little lamb says to the shepherd boy, so that divine beingness within us says to the shepherd, what does a shepherd do? Herds sheep, right? Protects them, guides them, saves them from predators, moves them along to green pastures. And the sheep are like our thoughts, our thinking. The shepherd boy is our mind, our intelligence. So that divine speaks to our intelligence. So what the heart knows, it communicates to our minds. Do you hear what I hear? Are you noticing? Are you recognizing that song high above the trees? So as you move through the night, that spirit is speaking, helping you to corral your thoughts and pay attention to what's going on. And what's going on is this song high above the trees. We have a lot of music people here in this room. And what is a song but order and harmony and melody and a story, a message? There is always order and harmony and a message being transmitted if you can but hear it. So if you recognize it, if you're listening, ringing through the sky, high above, over all, everywhere present, there is order, there is harmony, there is a message, there is a melody, there is a story, there is rhythm in this life unfolding. And I love the image of the trees. You know, we're like trees. We're all individual, right? There's maples and pines, and I don't know what some of you are. And yet, when you get high above them, they make up an entire forest. And as we've learned in previous talks, the roots are interconnected and nourish each other. So even though it appears that they are individual entities, they are part of something larger, connected, nourishing and protecting one another, feeding one another, communicating with one another. And from that higher spiritual viewpoint, we can see that we are all of one energy, of one life. With a voice, this song rings out with a voice as big as the sea. Again, something from our human perspective that we cannot see in its entirety no matter where we are standing. The sea is life itself, the immensity of this great, big, beautiful world that we are a part of. And then said the shepherd boy to the mighty king. Now, what it is that rules is our own sense of will, our own sense of dominion. So when my mind, my thoughts, my cultural consciousness, so to speak, is speaking to that which I desire, to that part of me that wants something or desires something or intends to do or live a certain way. When the shepherd boy speaks to the king, when my divinity speaks to my mind, I know things. When I listen to spirit within, I know things. And the question is, do you know what I know? Do you understand from spirit's perspective what is possible in this life? What is possible in and as you? In your palace warm, mighty king. Your comfort zone. The part of you that lives in yourself that's comfortable with yourself. That you know what you know and you like what you like and you're not sure about anything else out there, but here you're good. But here's the thing. In addition to the warm place of the king's life, in addition to that place within us that is stable and secure and loving and kind and warm, there is outside a child shivering in the cold. There is a newness wanting to be born. There's a vulnerability in the world that we can see from where we stand. This warm king, cold child is part of our life experience every time we turn on the news, every time we see an ad for Doctors Without Borders or Salvation Army or Foothill Family Shelter. We know that in the world there are vulnerabilities, there are people who need to be taken in, who need to be warmed up, who need to be nurtured, like we would with a baby. When we direct our attention and intention from our warm place, our place of comfort, from the love that we are, then we extend it to the people and the places and the circumstances that are looking to be nurtured and nourished and cared for and taken in. And what are we to do with that? We are to bring silver and gold. Silver and gold, the riches of the earth. What we hold valuable, what we know to be of meaning. And it's not just a present, it's an honoring. So when we talk about this child, this consciousness waiting to be born, this spiritual wind that is blowing through life, we're called to come from our comfortable place and direct our attention, our love, our energy into lifting up the world, into creating warmth for everyone, into offering who we are, what we have for everyone. Said the king to the people everywhere. My personal intention being spoken out into the world. My will or dominion, my intention being shared with all that is around me. The king says to the people, listen to what I say. I speak my word so that the world might respond. Isn't that what we teach? I speak my word, I claim my good, I name what it is that my heart desires, that my eyes wish to see, that I wish to hear. I name it so that it might be reflected back to me in the world. Listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. And here's what we understand about peace. It's not asking for something outside of us to make peace. It's asking us to align with the peace that you already have in your heart. The peace that everyone had, the peace that is in, among, and through all of us. To align with that. And should the people everywhere do just that, we would then experience it in every moment. And if we can't experience it in every moment, let's make a commitment to experience it in this moment. Wherever we find ourselves, whoever we are surrounded by, whatever is on the radio or the TV or the family dinner table, we can choose to experience, to align ourselves with the peace that is right here, right now, in each moment. The child sleeping in the night will bring us goodness and light. That child, that newborn consciousness, not yet awakened, still sleeping in the night, will bring goodness and light. You see, if you think about, holiday commercials are great for this whole idea, right? You see, if you watch sports at all, the athletes that are giving back to their communities, right? And it's all year round, but it's highlighted at Christmas time. The football players that are opening up centers for underserved youth to learn sports and to be protected so much a little bit from the world and encouraged to develop good qualities of character. You see, I have a friend who's part of the staff of the Gina Davis Institute, which is 20 years old today. She's all about inclusivity in media. 20 years ago, there were maybe one or two main characters that were female, much less of another race or of not a white Hollywood set of circumstances. And yet her organization can show how that has changed over the last 20 years. There's, the Taylor Swift effect. Have you read all that she does? So she has traveled for 2 years. She is literally a billionaire of her own music, her own business, what she does. She goes into a city to do her tour, and the entire city prospers because everybody flocks to the hotels and the restaurants and and buying all the merchandise and all of that. But she also gives outright to whatever social service organizations are in that community, to the tune of millions of dollars in each city. And her staff. There was a little clip on the radio of a guy talking about his dad as a truck driver for her in one of the cities. And he came home and told his son, after she gave bonuses to all of her employees and everybody that works the stadium, everybody that touches the tour itself, gives them bonuses. His dad came home and said, "Well, son, your college is paid for." And the guy's like, "I never thought I could go to college. That was never even a possibility." And so it doesn't have to be goodness in the grand sense. It's the same thing when you find that perfect gift for someone that they're just going to love, even if it is just a little tchotchke from CVS, but it's just the right thing, right? See, she shops at CVS too. She knows. It's the way in which you offer to bring your cranberry relish that nobody else can make. It's the way that you choose to wrap a present or simply to be with someone in their time of need. I have lost several people this last year, and I have friends who have lost several people this last year. And in the last couple of months, we have all made it a point to reach out and say, hey, how are you doing? First holidays can be hard. I'm thinking of you. Hope you and your daughter are doing well. This is the goodness and light that we are. Each of us is that point of light in the world. And so with the coming of the new day, with the Christmas celebration or the Hanukkah menorah being lit or the Advent wreath being lit or simply us flipping on a light in a dark room, it's a new beginning. It's a new understanding of how we are in the world and that we are of something much grander. And you thought this was just a Christmas carol. And the truth is, everything we speak has layers of meaning. Everything we hear can be interpreted in a way through the eyes or the insight of spirit. Every situation we find ourselves in has a message from the angels in it, just for us. And it's part of the joy of the season to be open to it, to be looking for the stars in the night sky, to know that the darkest, coldest time of year is not the end of times. It's not the finishing of something, that we are never finished, that we are never stuck beyond redemption, that we are never lost. That truly that comet in the sky will guide us forward if we have but the eyes to see and the ears to hear. It's every pair of socks we put in the basket in the back. It's every smile you offer. It's every decoration you put up or don't put up this year. We are the Christmas spirit. Whether we celebrate Christmas itself or not, we are the light of the world. That cannot be taken from us. And that star dancing in the night is for each of us to look for, to be, to observe, to see, to play with, to dance with. Because at the bottom of my heart, at the end of it all, it's the joy of the season. And that carries us always. So Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or whatever it is you celebrate, at least you are celebrating the light of the season. Namaste. So let's take a moment and go within. And picturing the brightest lights in your life, whether they be outside in the world or down the street or in your own heart. Maybe it's the light in the eyes of a family member or a sweet puppy, or the lights of the city or the stars in the country. This light, this spark, this evidence of life is always all around us present. And in this presence, we find our own energy, our own warmth, our own radiant joy. And so I speak a word that this season we nurture that light, we nourish it, we feed it, we allow ourselves to burn a little brighter. No matter how dark the circumstances, no matter how difficult a given moment or a day is, may we always return to that spark within. For that spark within is the truth of us and cannot be extinguished. It cannot be forgotten. It cannot be lost. It is truly an eternal light. And in this season of awakening, of the earth going to sleep for winter in order to wake up again till spring, may we know too the awakening in our own hearts. That every fire in the fireplace is a reminder of the warmth that life is. That every sunrise is the beginning of a new promise, a new day, a new experience. That holding someone's hand is the true connection and value and meaning of life. That smiling is a way to spark a flame. May we know that these gifts live within us and all around us. And may we have the eyes to see and understand, and the ears to hear and recognize, and the knowing in our heart of what is true. And truly, goodness is the truth of life. I simply allow this to be knowing that each and every one of us is blessed uniquely as we need it to be. For in God it is all good and becoming better all the time. And so it is. We have an affirmation. I invite you to repeat after me, if you will. It's in your bulletin. I am a being of light. I shine this light of love everywhere and find peace. And so it is. No matter when I say it or how I say it, it's still true. All right, let's invite a little more music into our lives, shall we? Thank you. Well, following directions, repeat after me. That's okay.
Here we go. Little Christmas wish for you. I don't know if you believe in Christmas, or if you have presents underneath a Christmas tree. But if you believe in love, that will be more than enough for you to come and celebrate with me. I have held the precious gift that love brings, though I never saw a Christmas star. I know there is a light, I have felt it burn inside, I've seen it shining from afar. Christmas is a time to come together, a time to put all differences aside. And I reach out my hand to the family of man to share the joy I feel at Christmas time. For the truth that binds us all together, I would like to share a simple prayer, that at this special time you will have true peace of mind, love enough to last throughout the year. You believe in love, that will be more than enough for peace to last throughout the coming year, and peace on earth will last throughout the year.
Perfect. I love it when it works out like that. Helps to have a bit of a theme, doesn't it? Yes, that was great. Thank you so much. It's nice to have you back. You're welcome. All right, let's do our time of contribution. I'm going to invite our ushers to come forward. And as they do, I just want to remind you, this is the end of the year. You might be thinking about your end of year giving, and I would hope that you would consider us as one of the recipients of that end of year giving. All that we do here, the coffers that we fill, the dancing that we do, gets the year started for us from a position of strength. So we would encourage you and welcome your gifts at the end of this year, and as you contribute always, whether it's your time, your talent, or your treasure. Know that all that we are together is a community of love, and I am so, so grateful for each and every one of you. So say with me our prosperity affirmation, if you will. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. Thank you, everyone. All right, we'll start with our beautiful flowers. Compliments of Betty Francis this week. Thank you. They're gorgeous, gorgeous. There are sign-up sheets in the back if you would like to sponsor the flowers one Sunday. We put them up here during the service, and then you get to take them home with you. We are concluding our toy drive today. So we have toys for the kids that are going to the Children's Foundation of America, which is a foster youth support organization here in Claremont. So those gifts will go directly to the children in this community, which is a lovely, lovely thing. We also have a basket back there where we're doing our winter wear Sundays. Hats, gloves, scarves. I notice there's a few more socks back there. Some of you get in a little bit of a rut. That's fine. They'll work fine. What we're doing is bringing a little warmth to the lives of the people that are served by the family shelter. So thank you all for your ongoing contributions.
Can we bring toys on Wednesday?
I will ask her. They were going to pick the box up tomorrow or Tuesday. But if you bring yes, if you want to bring toys to the candlelight service, I'll make sure that they get them. I don't think that's a problem. The young lady that is our contact with that organization lives in the condos next door. I don't think it's a problem, so we'll make it work. So yes, Wednesday, last day Wednesday, if you have more toys to bring. Let's see, speaking of Wednesday, so we will not have our online meditation on Wednesday because we are doing our candlelight service Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock here in the chapel. We have fabulous music, thanks to the Jacksons, are going to be there again this year. It's a little bit of talk and a whole lot of candles and a whole lot of Christmas carol singing. So come, bring your friends. You want to get out of the house away from your holiday guests, you can come by yourself or you can bring them with you, whatever you're comfortable with. Light snacks afterwards and really just a whole lot of fun and beautiful, beautiful music. If you have not sung Silent Night by candlelight, you need to come on Wednesday. On Wednesday, it's special. All right, this coming Saturday, the 21st at 2 o'clock here in the chapel is our Reiki Masters offering their healing services to anyone who would like to come. Again, that's 2 o'clock here on Saturday, so do yourself a favor. Give yourself a gift and come and blissfully float away while magical things happen to you, because that's really what Reiki feels like. Hope to see some of you there on Saturday. Coming up after Christmas, I know, right? It's like we're that close. We have a couple weeks here. So we have our candlelight service on Wednesday. Christmas Day is the following week. There's no special service on Christmas Day. We're all home with our families. Thank you. And then on New Year's Eve day, not New Year's Day, New Year's Eve day, the 31st of December, we join with the whole world for the World Peace Meditation Service. Now, fortunately or unfortunately for us, it's held at noon Greenwich Mean Time, which on the West Coast is 4 a.m. The good news is you can bring a blankie, come in your pajamas and slippers, I don't care. We have a lovely service here at 4 with prayer and music, a little bit of meditation, and an opportunity to know peace and the power of knowing peace throughout the world at the same time as all of the other peoples on the earth. This is celebrated on every continent. It's been around for 25 years, something like that. And it just gets bigger every year. So come at 4. You can do it one time. We go out for pancakes at Norm's afterwards. They're the best pancakes ever, especially at 5 in the morning. They taste fabulous. And then you can go home and take a nap before your party, New Year's Eve. You know y'all are party animals, right? I know what you do. You do 9 o'clock with the ball falling in New York and call it midnight, don't you? Yeah. All right, so 4 a.m., bring your jammies, bring your blankie, and come sit with us and just join us in a beautiful hour of meditation and prayer and poems and music and whatever else I find between now and then to bring us to that space of knowing peace in a greater way. Okay, I think, what am I missing? Are we missing anything else? Yes, Mickey.
You know what, I just wanted to say that we have these Science of Mind magazines in the back here. It's November and December. It's $10 for the two of them.
Okay.
And it might be kind of a nice little gift to give to somebody.
Yeah.
that, maybe is into Science of Mind, or maybe an introduction to it. But they're back here for sale for $10.
Okay.
Great gift.
So for the microphone, for our friends at home, Science of Mind magazine for November, December. If you haven't seen the magazine, it's daily guides, so it's a little meditation every day. And there are some great columns in there that answer questions, that explain what we believe, that talk about new science and spiritual psychology and the things that fuel our philosophy. It's been around for almost 100 years, this magazine. And we have them for sale in the back. They're $10. It's $5 a month, so 2 months in one book, you get $10. And don't worry about the fact that November is past, because the columns are still in there, and the meditations and the quotes and the affirmations are still usable anytime. So, and it's all about abundance, yes. And who doesn't need abundance in their lives, right? All right, thank you, Mickey. Appreciate that. Yes, Diane.
Please bring cookies Wednesday, your favorite cookies to share.
Oh, okay. So Wednesday night at the candlelight service, the invitation is to bring your favorite cookies to share. Mine happen to come from Catella Deli, but if you're a baker, feel free. I'll just bring those, and you can bring something you make, because you know what, my made cookies is not good. So yeah, bring a little something to share that we can have afterwards. All right? Okay, let's stand up, move to the sides, and sing. If you don't know the words, just clap.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color.
Christmas.